Evening, train is ready to head north to Polmadie. The state APT system will activate when you join the down main. Press F1 for the scenario briefing. Okay, will do. So insert the master key with the shift M, because Dovetail have no consistency. So reverser to aux, auxiliaries, instrument lights, cancel the CAPT. Actually, I can put my camera a bit further forward. There we go. So I think we're ready for departure. So yeah, I think we're ready to go. So brake release, power to Notch 2. Forward would help. So expecting Carstairs down loop, speed limit is 30 miles an hour. And we have 27 miles to Polmadie. So yeah, we're on the West Coast Main Line North in the Class 370. Also known as the Advanced Passenger Train. Which was a massive project undertaken by British Rail to cut down journeys between London and Glasgow via the West Coast Main Line in the 1970s and 80s. CAPT has now kicked in, so we can now travel up to 95 miles an hour. So I think in the middle that says 9.5, that is CAPT or Control APT. It basically advises the driver on how fast he can drive, he or she can drive, or they. So yeah, the 370 comes in multiple different formations. I think the longest is like 16 coaches. So the scenario is called 5 Sierra 73, 1530 Preston to Polmadie, and we're taking over at Carstairs. The Class 370 unit is being tested from Preston to Polmadie and has arrived at Carstairs down loop, so engineers can check the condition of the train. The APT is ready for departure northbound, and for testing purposes, you're going via Holytown. Depart when ready, and it should be cleared run to the depot to finish the test run of the new 370. Hopefully I'm not being drowned out by the train. I can see this unit, it really does like this hill. It is a really unique unit. Also in 370-002, by the way. So I hope I take a screenshot where it goes like really tilts around the bend. Like here. So if the train looks familiar, it's because it's literally the logo of Alan Thompson. Because Alan, he loves the APT. There's also a video on YouTube where one of the caretakers at True Heritage Centre got through the cab of the 180 where everything does. The blue one is so on the right there's these two buttons. So on the left is the AWS, like normal, and on the right is CAPT, acknowledge. And he said in the video that because AWS and the CAPT sound very similar, you just press both of them at the same time. I can do that by pressing Q and E at the same time. Do a quick flyby. Can I do 100? I think the in-service speed was 125 or 140, and I think the max speed it was designed for was 155. Not too sure on that. I know it was over 100. Whereas I think at the time most trains could do at least 100 or 110. Not like today's Pendolinos that do 125. So it should be coming up on Lower Junction. It also said in the description that we should be going via Holytown. Forgot to think for a sec. Also, passenger view. I think the passenger view only works in certain train sets. I don't know which one that is. I haven't really experimented with it enough. Also, if you're stationary, you can open the nose. I should have shown that off earlier. Oh well. Passing through Carluke station. Oh yeah, I believe that 303 is in the wrong livery. I do apologise. Yeah, Alan did do a run of this on his streams, or one of them. He said he's going to get me like a list of stock, and so far he hasn't. So yeah, we're stuck with the SPT 203. I think the scenario is set in the 80s, I think. Speed reduction to 90 miles an hour. You have a head-out view, which is insanely loud. What is Dovetail's audio mixing? We also have a cab light, which is better off shown in a dark place, not now. So coming off the main West Coast Main Line and heading towards Wishaw. So future videos, Spaghetti Raver, he did say he wanted me to do a video on his scenario on the Midway Valley. That was meant to be this one, but I wanted to drive the APT instead. So I don't know. Other video ideas. I did make a scenario in a set from Swanley to Victoria. I think that one is about 25 half an hour minutes. So that would be suitable for a video. Also went through a scenario where you call out all stops on the Catford Loop. I think the Catford Loop is entirely Thameslink with the stopping pattern. Only if we had a drivable 700. Only if. I'm sure we will someday. So in real life I have seen the 370, I do have pictures of it. If you see my streams on Twitch, you would have seen a picture of a T68 tram, HT power car and the APT at Crewe Heritage Centre. Last time I was there. Yeah, at least it's good to see that there's at least one APT still left. Because I think BR scrapped all the rest. Coming up on Wishaw. Land to the left, we'll go towards Shilmuir and Motherwell. And we continue straight towards Holytown. Imagine one day doing like the entire run of the West Coast Main Line in the APT. That would be so cool. You can like try go for the world record, which I don't remember what it is. I think it's like 5-ish hours from end to end. So I think in terms of speed record, the APT holds record. I think it's northbound, and then Pedalino holds record southbound. Maybe it's the all the way around. It's 40 over this very wonky bridge. Yeah, maybe you should do someday like an actual passenger scenario with the APT, not just like a test run. But where to drive it? You know, apart from the West Coast Main Line. Because I could use like West Coast Main Line South and see it tilt. But the thing about West Coast Main Line South is that it's in the modern day. And the APT on stock would seem out of place. Oh, on the right we have a bunch of Cujo assets. So the APT trains have been created by Dovetail Games and released, I think it's 2017-ish. You can look it up on the Steam page that I link in the description. Line for the right joins from Shotts and Edinburgh Waverley, which today is electrified with the 385s. So coming up on Holytown. So about 9.5 miles to Utica. And then not much further to Polmadie. Line to the left goes towards Motherwell, and line to the right goes through Boston Yard. Next station will be Bellshill. Bellshill? Maybe we could do a scenario in the APT where BR were doing a test run to test the durability of the doors, open and close, open and close. So what I could do is like put the APT on like a stopping passenger train, stopping up literally at all stations. I guess if they wanted to do like a door durability test, they could do it at the depot. No, it's just an idea. This is Bellshill. Bellshill. By the way, the brakes on the APT, they're very powerful. Because think about the APT, if you're travelling at 155 miles an hour, it has to be able to stop in the normal tunnel blocks, which means the APT would have to have very strong brakes in order to stop in time with the normal small tunnel blocks. So at the moment I'm in step 1 and we're already starting to slow down on a 1 in 70 gradient. Next station will be Uddingston, where we join the line from Motherwell. So if you want to drive this scenario for yourself, a link to ATS will be in the description, where you will be able to download the scenario for yourself and drive it. Well, assuming you have all the requirements. Which I think for this scenario they're not very high. Yeah, I was also thinking of doing another scenario where you would drag the APT, but I found that the detection box, hitbox thing for the APT's couplers is broken. Because I tried coupling the AP37 to this and it just clipped. So the 37 just clipped through the front of the APT. So yeah, I don't think a drag scenario will be that good. Unless you like clipping trains. This is Uddingston. We can now travel up to 90 miles an hour. Yeah, the AP weather and the AP track, that completely transform the route. Next station will be Newton, where the line from Blantyre, or the Hamilton Loop, joins. This is Newton Station. I wonder if Network Rail has ever considered building platforms on these lines. Am I getting like audio pops on the left? Next station is Cambuslang. I like how Dovetail actually put in the AWS delay for a second, like on AP products. It's a shame of just confusing that nothing else does. So gently pulling up to this danger aspect. Which is a lot further away than I thought it was. Oh, it's yellow. Cool. It was 40 onto the main, and then onto the down slow. Now the right joins from Mount Vernon and Whifflet. Oh my god, there's a road simulator sign on the right. I haven't seen that logo in ages. Why is it here? Something. Why's that 303 just sat there? Okay, after some fiddling about, yeah, I got a traction fall, so I just kind of fiddled around with it to get it moving again. I think what we have to do is put the reverser to off, put the brake to emergency, release, put the reverser to forward, and then take power. I think that's how it works. I don't know, the manual doesn't explain it because dovetail. And there's a danger aspect that I forgot about. So gently pulling up to the danger aspect. Approved. Power, please. There we go. So Polmadie Shed 7. Which is that one. So change that one, change that one. Yeah. I thought it was 5 into Polmadie Depot. Also, the line to the right goes off towards Rutherglen and Glasgow Central low level. You know, and the rest of Scotland. Before entering Polmadie Depot, make sure all the manual junctions are set to Shed Row 7 by using the 2D map by pressing the 9 key. Already did it. Because I'm good. I'm pro like that. I'm a pro train simmer. That sounds so cringy. So I'm just cruising into Polmadie at literally a snail's pace. Someone just yelled something. So this is Polmadie Depot where the video ends. Even though I think the video won't end for another few minutes because crawling. So what do I have in Polmadie? We have a 47, we have another APT, we have more 47s. See, I don't know a whole lot about the 80s, so 1980s, so I just went off what I've already got. So mainly 47s, the APT, HSTs. So yeah, due into Road 7, where the speed limit is 5 miles an hour. There's a intercity executive HSC. I think that one is one of Alan's favourite liveries for the HSC. But yeah, I think I'm not sure if he likes BR Blue. Also, I'm pretty sure that HST is the wrong way around because first class is meant to face towards London, not away from it. Yeah, I think the lighting in here is a bit broken because I think it's meant to be pitch black and not just a shadow. So one last look around the cab. This seems to be very laggy looking forward. We have a cabinet that opens, and you can interact with absolutely nothing inside it. We have a door that opens. We have another door that opens. We have this. Click to open nose. It only works if we're stationary. So I think this is a good place to stop. So if I click this, the nose will open. Like that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Sim content. Like the video if you're so inclined. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So well done. The unit will wait here until it is needed for future tests. Scenario by me.